Reward searching for the gunman in Saturday night's mass shooting that left 2 people dead, a dozen injured.
We're going to do whatever we can, not only to arrest those responsible, we're going to do whatever we can to arrest those connected in any way.
That's Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed. In Texas, some mother's been charged with shooting her kids.
The sheriff of Brazoria County, Texas, says a woman called 911 at 4:48 a.m. Saturday and said they needed to come to her location, a gas station near Angleton. Deputies found 4 children shot inside the woman's car and performed first aid. An 8-year-old boy and 9-year-old girl survived, said to be in stable condition. A 13-year-old boy and 3-year-old girl died. Their mother, Oninda Romulus, 31 years old, is charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The sheriff's office isn't saying anything yet about a possible motive, what, if any, evidence was found in the home, or custody arrangements for the 2 surviving children. Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, so the Dow could keep going up after closing Friday at a record high. Taylor Swift isn't just topping the music charts.
And she said to me,
her new album, Life of a Showgirl, came out last week. And then in theaters, there was the release party of A Showgirl, which was the #1 movie, leading the weekend box office with $33 million in ticket sales. In the baseball playoffs, Seattle beat Detroit 3-2. That evens the series 1-1. The Toronto Blue Jays up 2-0 on the New York Yankees after a 13-7 win. On Sunday Night Football,
right down the middle, Borregales nails it, and the Patriots take the lead with 15 seconds remaining.
And New England held on to be the last undefeated NFL team left. The Buffalo Bills, 23-20 on NBC. Earlier, Denver beat Philadelphia 21-17, the Eagles' first loss. New Orleans and Tennessee got their first wins, but Dallas beat the New York Jets 37-22, leaving the Jets as the only winless team. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is a Monday morning, October 6, 2025. Thank you much for making us a part of your morning. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Appreciate you being with us. Join us at Radio Para Mi. It's a free app. You can listen on your smartphone. Federal officials say that District 4, McAllen City Commissioner Rudy Castillo and his wife, Berta, they bribed Mexican police officers to get around customs laws on importing used clothing for their business, Oro Ropa Usada. The pair surrendered to federal authorities on Friday, one day after their home was searched by federal agents. Castillo might be before a federal judge sometime today. Are you new to the area, new to Texas? Are you registered to vote? State officials reminding everyone that the deadline to register to vote in the upcoming November 4th election, that would be today, October 6th. That election is going to feature 17 proposed amendments to the state constitution, some property tax relief proposals among them. There are also numerous local and special elections at play. Registration applications can be found at votetexas.gov, but you'll need to print, sign, and mail those applications in with a postmark no later than today. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Texas ranchers are getting some help in the fight against an invasive flesh-eating insect.
The New World screwworm fly can devastate whole herds of cattle, and it's getting close to Texas. So to help, the FDA has approved a new drug. Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller says it works a lot like ivermectin.
If you give it to the livestock, it will kill any parasites they have, including screwworms.
He says this is helping ease tensions amongst ranchers, especially along the border. That screwworm fly was detected just 70 miles south of Laredo.
That's Michael Board with that report. State of Texas approving an emergency rule regarding the sale of THC products.
Merchants are now banned from selling such products to anyone under 21. The new rule, approved by the Commissioner of Health and Human Services, requires sellers to make customers show a valid ID. Less than 2 weeks ago, the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission approved an emergency rule to ban liquor license holders from selling THC products to anyone under 21. The rules are a step towards fulfilling Governor Abbott's order calling for stricter regulations.
Scientists say that they have managed to change the blood type of a kidney and transplant it in a person. The procedure, carried out by Canadian and Chinese researchers, is the first of its kind. The kidney was put into a brain-dead patient, If the blood type of an organ can be changed, it could drastically reduce the transplant wait list. And Costco saying that they will begin selling monthly supplies of Ozempic and Wegovy at a discounted price if you are uninsured. Pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk announcing late last week that Costco will begin selling this weight loss drug for just shy of $500 as it has become increasingly popular for its many health benefits. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather time, and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. And I want to say thank you first to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. You got any questions about feed or livestock? Ask the expert. That would be Dougie at Martin Farm and Ranch. We're asking the weather expert right now, Jason Caterina, on any changes in the weather pattern anytime soon. So what did the computers tell you for the Gulf, or I don't know, a cool front?
Yeah, not a whole lot of much going around. We are going to see some changes in that we'll have the opportunity for some more showers and some rain as we go through the week, which will be good, but not really any kind of wholesale pattern change or anything like that. Still nothing tropical for the Gulf at this point. I mean, I looked at the GFS model, which goes out roughly 2 weeks, but the 2 week time period, you're talking about fantasy land at that point. Like the chances that's going to be accurate at this point are very slim, but it is pushing a bit of a tropical system out in the middle of the Gulf about 2 weeks out. But it does move northward and then eastward, so it wouldn't impact us. But again, that's so far flung at this point that I figured I'd mention it just because it's the only thing that has happened for us in the Gulf. Point of interest to keep an eye on over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, it's a Monday morning. We could talk NFL results as well, or we could take a look at the national calendar celebrations for today. That's the weather pattern not changing much. Yeah, we're not expecting anything from the Gulf. It's stick a fork in it. It's done for this season. Which I saw somebody post that first time I think in 10 years. I think that's what they said. First time in 10 years that the U.S. mainland was not hit by a tropical system at the end of September. But that by the end of September, this is the first time in 10 years that we haven't seen a tropical something hit the East Coast or Florida or anything in the Gulf. It's been very dry this tropical season. Nothing to report as far as Texas travel. Central Texas, Houston, Dallas, we're good. Right?
Yeah, all good. Let's see. I'm just looking. Hurricane Helene was the last that made landfall. That was September 26, 2024.
Yeah. Oof. Wow, it's been more than
it's over a year. Yeah, it's been over a year since the mainland's been hit by a hurricane.
All right. So triple digits today, very hot. And you put the chance of rain, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little bit? Somewhere?
Yeah, Tuesday, brief shower or two in the afternoon. Wednesday, some showers and a thunderstorm. Thursday, thunderstorms in the morning, then occasional rain and a thunderstorm in the afternoon. So a couple of unsettled days for us where hopefully we can get a little moisture in the ground.
All right, pal. Let's see. For National Days today, we say hello and good morning to all coaches, like Little League coaches and Pop Warner coaches, all coaches. High school, university coaches. And we celebrate by eating some noodles. So it's National Noodle Day.
Ooh, all right. I'm down with that.
All right. Like the ones that you eat, not the ones that you use to stay afloat in the swimming pool. Those
Well, you don't want to eat those.
Yeah, ones, yeah.
They're awful dry and crunchy.
Yes, they would be. They don't taste so good, I would imagine. All right, pal. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. And that is your AccuWeather forecast. Big thank you to Dougie and Martin Farm and Ranch for 7 o'clock AccuWeather. Time is 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. The government shutdown might lead to more uninsured Texans.
4 million Texans rely on the Affordable Care Act. Those subsidies, though, are set to expire starting January 1st. It's an issue now because open enrollment is next month. Insurers are deciding on pricing, and the prices will rise. Laura Daig is a professor at Texas A&M in the Bush School of Government and Public Service.
Some estimates suggest that the average plan could go up by 115%, which means more than doubling in price for the out-of-pocket price per person.
She says that means up to 800,000 Texans are likely to lose insurance entirely for lack of an affordable option. Texas is number one in the nation, the percentage and sheer number of people without health insurance. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
And up in central Texas, the Riverwalk in San Antonio might be getting a makeover.
The city of San Antonio is looking to make major upgrades to address the decline in visitors. Shannon Miller with the Office of Historic Preservation says one thing they're looking at is a way to get more shade along the sidewalks so it's more comfortable in the summer.
Or maybe even misters along the river, if that would help enhance the overall experience.
She admitted that locals don't come downtown because of parking. That's going to be addressed too. This will all be paid for with revenue from patio leases. The Riverwalk attracts more than 14 million visitors every year.
And it's time to do some Christmas shopping, Freddie. You know those like Lego sets and stuff you want to buy for me for Christmas? Yeah. Amazon Prime Day. That starts tomorrow and it will run through Thursday. So there you go. You can go online. We have permission to go online and do some shopping starting tomorrow. Time is 7:14. Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Going to share with you a conversation with one of our state representatives, Terry Canales, former chairman of Transportation Issues up in Austin. Late last week, McAllen Chamber had a powwow, sit down with some lawmakers, had a chance to review new laws, and some of the topics are being talked about to benefit business and taxpayers. We'll review that next on 710 KURV.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com. Do you have the right financial advisor to help you navigate where you want to go? With life's twists and turns, having a trusted expert by your side can make all the difference. An Ameriprise advisor will take the time to truly understand what's important to you, crafting a personalized strategy tailored to your goals and needs. Whether you're preparing for the expected or the unexpected, they'll help you stay on track with regular reviews and digital tools designed to give you clarity and control. With an Ameriprise advisor, you can feel more confident, connected, and in charge of your financial future. Call Ameriprise Financial Advisor David Barnes today at 956-772-4200, 956-772-4200. His office is conveniently located at 3008 North McCall Road, Suite B in McAllen. Ameriprise Financial cannot guarantee future financial results. Not FDIC or NCUA insured. No financial institution guarantee. May lose value. Securities offered by Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
News Talk 710 KURV is home to Texas A&M Aggie football. So this coming Saturday, it's the Florida Gators. Pregame at 5 p.m. Aggie football made possible this season by many supporters, including Bert Ogden Auto Group and Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. I'd like to thank the McAllen Chamber of Commerce for the legislative update that they provided us on Friday of last week, and we had a round table. Well, not exactly a round table. We had a podium with our state lawmakers, our senators, and among the state representatives, Terry Canales, our state representative, District 40, and he was our chairman for the Transportation Committee at the Texas House. How many years did you do that? Steve?
Oh God! So I
4 years.
I chaired the committee for 3 sessions, which was 6 years.
6 years.
6 years, and then there was a political shift wherein the Democrats didn't get chair. The Democrat members didn't get chairs, but they created standing sub chairs, which dealt with a lot of important issues. So we still had a seat at the table, so to speak.
Okay, and of course, with your expertise in transportation issues, you still had a say this go around when it came to some decisions.
Absolutely. So I chaired the standing subcommittee on transportation funding, which meant that anything that dealt with dollars and cents in investing or the way we funded transportation came through my committee.
The Rio Grande Valley, we're in a different position now than we were just a few years back because of our unified planning organizations. And it's the MPO, the Unified Metropolitan Planning Organization, that now is McAllen, Brownsville, Cameron County, all that. That puts us, if you add the population, we're now 5th largest in the state, and the top 5 markets get the attention of TxDOT and all the big projects. During your tenure in those 3 sessions, 6 years as chairman, you saw that change take place. How did it bless us? How did it change things when it came to us getting money faster and pay for things and get projects done faster around here?
It's incredible what we've accomplished by the merger of the MPO. Before, we were receiving a small fraction of the funds. Now, the Unified Transportation Plan has us spending over $4 billion in the next 10 years. That would have not even been close as the way we were divided, because we've been divided for many years. But in addition to that, I passed legislation that designated us as a metro district, which also increases the attention that TxDOT has to pay to us and how we move forward. But if you look at the amount of infrastructure being built and the plans for the future, you're talking about there is the IBTC corridor, which is the International Bridge Trade Corridor, the 365 and Highway 68, which if you're kept up with the news, I had some disputes with the city of Edinburgh about where that ended. But that's a complete new commercial corridor that will funnel commercial traffic north and south, which is the lifeblood of our nation. Mexico, I think, up until recently, has been our largest trading partner.
Terry Canales, State Representative in District 40. He was former chairman of the Texas House Transportation Committee, and funding issues were transportation. And of course, I've been working that for the past several sessions. You also, in your legislative update review presented by the McAllen Chamber, education issues. So tell me about what was accomplished in these 3 sessions, the regular session and the 2 special sessions.
I say it jokingly. I said, Republicans control the executive branch, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. You'd think we could get it all done in one session with their priorities, but apparently we can't. House Bill 2 by Representative Buckley was a game changer for education, put approximately $8.5 billion into the system, which is going to translate into teacher raises and other school district employee raises from $2,500 to around $8,000. It's also going to move money for permanent money to the school districts. For instance, my district's going to get about $175 million. And so the per pupil amount has gone up significantly. And so House Bill 2 is a game changer for public education. We did have some debate over the voucher bill, and we created a school savings plan wherein every parent, when it's implemented, will be able to receive $10,000 per pupil to spend at a private school. I'm not a big advocate of that. I believe in general, we shouldn't be funding private schools with public money, but that's a debate for another day. But those are some big topics.
Is that available for everyone in Texas?
For everyone.
Taking a step back, I'm thinking this would be very useful for the inner city in Houston, where HISD just, excuse my French, they suck. They're awful.
I agree with you that there's some times when it's useful. For instance, I'll tell you, somebody that has an autistic child may be able to find a school that has specialized in that a public school can't, or some sort of special. And I agree with you. There are some very well underperforming schools, like some in Houston.
Yeah,
but is that the solution, or do we have the state come in and fix what's going on? It's a real contentious debate.
Okay, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, we're going to see how it works.
Only a certain amount of money was allocated. I guess
That's right.
first come, first serve, and we'll see how it works over the
That's
next
right.
couple of years. Terry Canales, our State Representative, District 40, Legislative Review, McAllen Chamber of Commerce, presenting this again last Friday. We're touching on some of the legislation to benefit business, education, infrastructure, things like that. We got a lot of industry headed to Texas. And what you were saying just a moment back, you mentioned the Edinburgh CISD. One of the first things that pops up, we have a business relationship with Edinburgh CISD. They, for a couple of years, have allowed us to have a sit down with the superintendent and the top chiefs. Talk about one of the things that I find most fascinating is the trade and technology career, the training program that they have at ECISD. And they're taking these huercos who are not going to college. They know they're not going to college. They're training them to become like electricians, plumbers, welders. And these kids are catapulting from high school to the Port of Brownsville, and some of them already making 6-figure salaries.
Oh, absolutely. So we were at the STC, South Texas College Convocation, earlier last week. And one of the things that Ricardo Solis, the president, said is, the blue collar jobs are not described well. They're gold collar jobs. And the
Yes.
reality is
That's a great
there's a
quote.
debate in this country as to whether people are getting their bang for their buck with higher education. Not a knock on higher education, but the question is, does your higher education turn into earning power, dollar power, or do you have a degree that's not going to make you any money? And so what Edinburgh and many other school districts are doing is they're taking these kids, like you said, that wouldn't otherwise have gone to college, but getting them real world practical experience that translates into money.
Let's go.
Let's go.
By the way, Rick Solis, president, South Texas College, STC and ECISD are going to have a partnership where the parents will now be trained to get those same skills pretty soon. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, so they are opening up a program for adults learning, so people that want to go back and encouraging, and so it's a revitalization of a portion of the community that would otherwise not have gotten an education.
Jesus.
It's awesome.
They're taking the HVAC bays, the welder bays, the other technical training, and the parents had told Dr. Mario Salinas, the superintendent, hey, can we have some of this? And now it's becoming a reality because of ECISD and STC
Absolutely.
working together. Which, by the way, if you have not copyrighted it, Rick, I'm going to steal that from you. Gold color jobs.
I thought it was a good description when you see what these people are making.
Yeah, Terry Canales, our state representative, District 40. Again, part of the McAllen legislative update that they provided last Friday. Want to say thank you to the McAllen Chamber for allowing us to be at the event, and thank you to our state representative Terry Canales for giving us an update. There's other education stuff. Speaking of the adults, I have seen, we've been able to do interviews of late with these adult high schools. You know what I'm talking, like age 18 to 50, free training, allied health, some of the construction stuff we're talking about. I see that and funded for, I guess, Texas workforce. The state of Texas is providing these free high schools, but I think that's one of several pathways for us to meet the demand for all these jobs that we need to build the industry coming to Texas and to fill those jobs. I don't know how we're doing it, but so far in Brownsville, 75% of the people that are like at the 4,000, 5,000 people working at the port trying to build LNG, they're from the Valley.
Absolutely.
I don't know where we're from, but keep going. And these adult high schools are probably going to help bridge that.
And so
that gap too.
That investment in that forward thinking or innovative thinking is domino effect for our economy. You've got people that are now earning and spending, and dollars and cents are moving throughout the Rio Grande Valley. You know, I've often said that the rest of the nation could be in a recession, even a depression, and we'd be the last to feel it because of our economic ties, our bilateral and binational trade. The fact is we're in an area that's booming, and if the Rio Grande Valley's in trouble, the nation's in deep trouble.
Usually it's the what do they say, the canary in a coal mine because of the manufacturing in Maquila. The Maquila slow down, something else is going to slow down in the Midwest.
Something's wrong.
Pretty soon. So we touched on water. We didn't touch on water. We touched on education, transportation,
Yes.
water. What was done?
So we passed Senate Bill 7 by Charles Perry, which gives the Texas Water Development Board great latitude in building and moving projects forward. That was also accompanied by HJR 7, which is Proposition 4 on the ballot, and I would encourage everybody to vote for Proposition 4. That's going to create a dedicated fund of $1 billion protected by the Constitution for new water projects across the state, which translates into water security. We talk a lot about border security, but there's nothing if we don't have water security. And the Rio Grande Valley has had and come real close. And the problem in the Rio Grande Valley is we depend on extreme weather events to basically allocate our water. That translates to luck. And we need to be able to plan for the future, not depending on luck, but to have water projects that will make sure we've got water for the future.
I'm grateful for the vision of folks who are on the sidelines, taking their capital, taking a risk, and investing in creating turnkey operations. I'll give it an example. Joaquin Spalmer and this Rioplex concept. Let's get industry, let's build it, let's get some square footage out there. Companies call, okay, we got it. All right, come on in. We got the land, we got the workforce, young workforce. We got the resources, water, seaport, airport, spaceport, all that wonderful stuff. Power, though, juice. It's to that point I'm thinking, because of just as a spectator watching, fascinated by high tech coming to Texas, computer chip manufacturing, probably around here pretty soon. We need more juice. We need more. That's almost like an emergency item to call another special session. How do we do that?
I agree, and so I'll piggyback on your comment. We don't have the amount of water we need. Joaquin Spammer is an innovative and amazing businessman, and Rioplex is a fantastic idea, but none of that can happen without water. So water is a huge issue, and electricity goes hand in hand with that. You've got to have the electricity, and so that means updating the grid. Some of our grid and power lines here, and even in the great city of McAllen, are old and need to be replaced. And so the state of Texas is going to have to focus, and that's what I wish our focus would be. We spend a lot of time focusing on social issues, and we get divided as a body. We should be focusing on the economy, on jobs, on power, on water, and quit messing around with who goes to what bathroom.
Yeah. Well, there are issues there that have their place, but if we ain't got the jobs,
that's right.
And the companies are, driving by Texas going somewhere else. That's a big problem.
I'm all right designating who goes to what bathroom, but let's prioritize the big things first.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there are other big things too.
Yeah.
I was waiting to hear from the legislature. I know I'm running out of time. Like the foster care system.
Oh, it's
CPS. No.
Well, before you run out of time, I do want to mention it's important until we talk about property taxes.
Yes, sir.
And so
it'll be on the ballot here pretty soon.
It'll be on the ballot, and so we are raising the exemption from 100 to 140,000, which translates into savings. I voted for that to lessen property taxes. Should translate to savings for about $500 per person. But we also included an additional from 10 to 60% for disabled vets and disabled people and veteran spouses, which would give them a $200,000 tax exemption, which is a big deal. So when we can provide relief for people and property taxes, we need to do it. And I'm a big advocate of making sure people don't get taxed out of their property.
I don't think it was like the business inventory relief. Right?
That's another one. So
right?
we shifted the business inventory to I think from 2,500 to 125,000, which gives small businesses level playing fields where they can reinvest their dollars and not come get taxed. And that's stuff that they've got. Some people don't know, but businesses get taxed on their furniture that's in their business, inventory, and it's crippling sometimes.
Let me take 90 seconds. I know I might be way over here, but look, back to the power issue. We need juice. We need power generation. I don't know. We'd need it yesterday. So what was done in 3 sessions to find a solution to get more juice?
I wish I could tell you that we've done a whole lot. I think we've done a lot of smoke and mirrors, but the legislature, in my opinion, has not done its job when it comes to fixing the grid and making sure that Texas has power for the future.
5 nuclear small power plants. Did that pass or did that fall off the radar?
You caught me a little off guard. I don't believe that it did.
I saw it on the radar briefly, and then I didn't hear about it.
It was.
Okay.
I know we talked about it, but we voted on over thousands of measures, and so I'm a little. But I'd love to come talk to you about it another time and go over with you and brief everybody about what the plan is, where we are, so people know what's going on, and that's why I appreciate what you do.
Yeah, Jerry, thank you.
Thank you.
As always, being a phone call away.
Thank you, my friend.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Home to the Aggies, home to the Texans. Texans won big yesterday. Cowboys won big as well. We got sports next on 710 KURV.
Look at the rack on that one. You know that buck's been eating Purina Antler Max 20 because it ensures maximum antler growth. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply also stocks a full line of deer nutrition for keeping your deer in top shape during winter rut. In addition to being a certified Purina feed dealer, Martin sells all seasons feeders and blinds. So remember, Purina Antler Max 20 and all seasons feeders. Your deer can't do any better.
Come see us at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse.
A big thank you to Mark and Carla McCaleb for calling me to represent to you what I think is just a great idea, a very loving thing that you could do for your family, just like my mom and dad did for me. Many years before the Lord called them home, they had a sit down, much like at one time they had considered things like life insurance and some financial issues. Well, they had a sit down and they went ahead and did it. They pre-planned and they prepaid the funeral event that they knew would be sometime in the future, and they stuck around for many, many years. But when that time came, it made a world of difference. So I encourage you on your to-do list, make a phone call to Carla McCaleb, and I say specifically Carla because the number that I gave you is her personal cell number. Now, somebody from the McCaleb family will come to you, whether you're in McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, Harlingen, Browns will come to you. Have a sit down. Okay, let's take a look at all these things that happen during an event, a funeral event. Let's get all these questions, answer all these materials, all these things that need to be chosen, and then set up for prepayment. Boom, it's done. Put it on the shelf and wait for the Lord to call. McCaleb Funeral Home is in Westaco, but again, they come to you. Call or text Carla McCaleb and get this done, just like my mom and dad did for me a long time ago. 956-650-2841.
If you've been in a car accident, then you better get ready for a fight. You need a force for justice. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm. No other law firm in the Valley has more offices, more resources, and reaches more people every day for over 20 years, fighting for the people of the Valley. 1-800-CAR Coverage. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm. A force for justice.
This is your home for Houston Texans football. News Talk 710 KURV, a Radio United digital media and broadcast station. Go Texans!
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Texans earned their first road win of the season with a convincing 44-10 win in Baltimore over the Ravens. C.J. Stroud and the offense broke out in a big way as they imposed their will from the very beginning. Stroud finished 23-27 for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, while 8 different Texans caught passes, including Xavier Hutchinson, who found the end zone twice, and Nico Collins and Jalen Noel each caught touchdowns as well. Nick Chubb rushed for 61 yards and a score, while the Texans defense picked off Cooper Rush 3 times and limited the Ravens to just over 200 yards of total offense. The Texans have won 2 in a row and now hold a record of 2-3 overall. Up next, the Texans have a bye week before resuming the action on Monday Night Football the following week on the road in Seattle against the Seahawks. The Dallas Cowboys were also in action. TSN's Kevin Walker has more.
The Dallas Cowboys defeated the New York Jets 37-22 yesterday. Dak Prescott completed 18 of 29 for 237 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. 2 of them to tight end Jake Ferguson and a monster breakout day for wideout Ryan Flournoy, who had 6 catches for 111 yards. Not to forget the 16 carries for 134 yards on the ground for Javonte Williams with a touchdown. Next up, the Cowboys will face the Carolina Panthers on the road.
Jake Rietma, TSN Sports.
AccuWeather says highs for today close to triple digits. And we've got an increasing chance of, a slight chance of rain starting tomorrow, says AccuWeather. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. And if you're driving back to Brownsville, it is an hour and a half wait at B&M, 45 minutes at the Veterans Bridge, and 1 minute, it's going to be 1 hour that is at the Gateway Bridge. And if you're driving back to McAllen, 30 minutes at all 3 major bridges for McAllen. Thank you for joining us on the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We got business news and a check of your money up next. One of my favorite promotions at El Pato. Ooh, you're hungry right now. You know how to take care of that? It's to phone it in or go online, elpato.com, or your favorite breakfast tacos, the Patos right now, with all your favorite ingredients, the bacon and egg and beans and cheese and ham or chorizo. Oh, my goodness, that chorizo is so good with some potatoes or maybe some barbacoa patos. Don't forget the refried bean and the red salsita is so good. Get some breakfast tacos, patos on the way to work. Be the hero when you show up. Hey, look, you showed up with a whole bag full of breakfast tacos. At the moment at El Pato, limited time, one of my favorite promotions is back. It's the Chalu Pato plate. It's the chalupa, the tostada, with the lettuce, tomato, the wonderful cheese, a refried bean, and then a pato, a taco, flour tortilla fresh out the skillet, filled with all that wonderful carne guisada, rice, bean, and the drink, and amazing, only $7.99 for a limited time at every El Pato restaurant.
Mark your calendars for Fandango 2025, Legacy of Learning, Saturday, October 11th from 6:30 to 11:30 p.m. at the Museum of South Texas History in Edinburgh. Enjoy an unforgettable evening with dinner, live music, dancing, and exciting auctions, all in celebration of our heritage. Fandango is the museum's biggest fundraiser of the year, supporting our mission to preserve and present the borderland history of South Texas and northeastern Mexico. Secure your tickets today. Call 956-383-6911. Fandango 2025, honoring the past, inspiring the future.
Tailor-made suits, custom-made shirts, and hand-sewn dresses all have one thing in common. They are all designed to fit only one person, you. Hi, this is Marty Moore from D&M Cleaners. I bet you didn't know we take that very same attitude when it comes to handling your cleaning needs. We listen to you. We care about the way you want things done. We strive to live up to your expectations. Matter of fact, we like picky customers. That's what keeps D&M a step above the rest. We know we're not a cleaners for everyone, just those who care about the way they look. Why don't you consider stepping up to D&M Cleaners? Farr, McAllen, Edinburgh.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
Your Money Now, brought to you by the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. Call 956-540-2536, 956-540-2536, or online at ryanandbrian.com.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Fifth Third Bancorp said it will acquire fellow regional bank Comerica to create one of the largest U.S. banks by assets. As part of the all-stock deal, Fifth Third will pay $10.9 billion to buy Comerica. When the deal closes, which both banks expect will happen at the end of the first quarter of 2026, it will create the ninth largest U.S. bank. In partnership with AMC, Taylor Swift brought a 90-minute movie to cinemas for one weekend only to celebrate the release of her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. The three-day event tallied an estimated $33 million domestically, which is the biggest album debut event in cinema history. BBVA said it has $9.4 billion in capital for a mandatory cash offer for Sabadell should it fail to convince enough of its smaller rivals shareholders to accept its hostile offer. Sabadell's shareholders have until October 10th to decide. Futures are slightly higher. That's Your Money Now.
Presently across South Texas, mid-70s. Highs today should be close to triple digits. That's your AccuWeather forecast. Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV is also at Radio Para Mi. It's a free app. Hope you can download it and listen live. Listen on your smartphone. It's called Radio Para Mi. We got Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes. Owning a home that you're renting, man, sometimes it's just not worth it. You got too much work, upkeep with that thing, get calls to repair this, that, and the other. You want to sell that house. You want to sell that home, that property. The team to call is the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. They've got the marketing power to get all these eyeballs and ears to know about your property and get it sold. Jessica from the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team recently helped a family in Harlingen sell a duplex. And those clients, they went with somebody else and they did not get the results. Not surprised. Well, they're not Ryan and Brian. The Ryan and Brian team, they have a proven marketing system that is super aggressive, makes all the difference, reaching thousands of potential buyers every single day, generating so much interest. Get those phone calls, get those visits, get those online visits. Presto, job done. The home I told you about, that duplex in Harlingen, it's sold for full asking price. That's how the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team gets it done. This could be you. The only team I'm calling to help me buy or sell a home. The Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team at 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
At Revetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
News, traffic, weather, sports.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It is a Monday morning, October 6, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. We start the morning mid-70s, and highs today will be triple digits. It's going to be nice and toasty, nice and hot. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Anti-ICE protesters creating chaos in Portland, Oregon, but a temporary ruling from the federal bench could force the hand of the Trump administration.
The White House will have to come up with a new plan to address what it's calling a crime crisis in Portland, Oregon. Federal judge over the weekend, who was appointed by President Trump, blocked the president's efforts to deploy National Guard troops. These troops would come from Oregon as well as other states, including Texas and California.
Fox's Mark Meredith. The Senate set to vote today in the bill to fund the government. South Carolina Congressman Russell Fry says Democrats want money in the bill for.
They fund illegal immigrant health care. They water down and eliminate our work requirements.
A Republican earlier on Fox Business. Coastal flooding likely from Florida to North Carolina.
King tides. We got a supermoon as well. That's going to drive the coastal flood risk up.
That's Fox Weather's Craig Herrera. America's listening to Fox News.
The Department of Homeland Security is planning to offer money to unaccompanied illegal immigrant teens in exchange for them to leave the country.
According to multiple reports, DHS will pay the teenagers $2,500 if they voluntarily leave the U.S. Teenagers 14 years or older will be eligible for the payment. The Trump administration has already begun offering adult migrants payments in exchange for self-deporting. I'm Lisa Taylor.
Back to Texas, the state approving an emergency rule regarding THC sales.
Merchants are now banned from selling such products to anyone under 21. The new rule, approved by the Commissioner of Health and Human Services, requires sellers to make customers show a valid ID. Less than 2 weeks ago, the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission approved an emergency rule to ban liquor license holders from selling THC products to anyone under 21. The rules are a step towards fulfilling Governor Abbott's order calling for stricter regulations.
Michael Board with that report. And Halloween around the corner, and it seems that many adults will be participating with Halloween, and 51%, in fact, will be dressing up this year.
The National Retail Federation says we'll drop more than $4 billion on Halloween costumes this year and nearly $4 billion on candy. Spirit Halloween says pop culture and character-driven costumes like K-pop Demon Hunters and Wednesday Addams are tops on their sales list. But Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement also very big this year. And it's not just humans. 75% of pet parents say they will dress up their animals. I'm Bree Tennis.
You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Para Mí. Download the free app. Listen on your smartphone. Major health foods on McAllen South 10th and Jackson Avenue. The good stuff to keep you healthy every single day. People go in there on a daily basis. They stock up with some of the pressed juices. It's a combination. They have several varieties of fresh juices. The good stuff. Kale, that is so rich in nutrients, spinach, celery, cucumber, parsley, apple for taste, ginger, pear, lemon, carrot, cucumber, mixed greens, lemon, all this mixed up in a variety of different juices. Go stock up on them today. Going to help you heal faster after a strong workout, strenuous workout, and also keep you healthy. They got that atomic wellness shot. It chase away, scare away all the pathogens and your body. Garlic and ginger, lemon, honey, apple cider vinegar, chia, cayenne pepper that, man, you can breathe, open up your nostrils immediately after you take a swig. And I did. I love that stuff. That's that Atomic Wellness Shot. That's good stuff. At Major Health Foods, South 10th Street and Jackson Avenue in McAllen. 44 plus years of figuring out the best brands when it comes to men and women healthy supplements, what God made to keep you healthy, to make you healthy, to get rid of pain as well. You'll find all that wonderful stuff. Major Health Foods. Stop by and visit with Jolynn, Art, and Beto, and take your questions with you and find out what God made to keep you healthy and lower inflammation and heal your body. 44 plus years of experience. You can trust Major Health Foods, South 10th and Jackson Avenue, McAllen.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like load to stuff.
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app, where local business